How do you think communication plugs in into these two very important aspects of practicing policy? That it does have a public face to it, and but then a lot of real work also happens behind the doors, making the right arguments with the right people, pushing the agenda. So, any examples from maybe your journey of how these two complementary strategies also work?
While working with this large group of people on the Main Bhi Delhi campaign, which was basically a campaign to bring the people's voices to the making of the master plan in Delhi. So the duality there is expert versus non-expert, and it's something we come across so much in our field. And there really the whole exercise was to disband this duality. And I reading the room, making space for people who are not confident to speak, learning to talk in languages that are not overly jargonized and technical. So oftentimes in policy practice, you have to dismantle that duality and then you have to put it back together again, because the forms in which policy accepts information is again full of jargon and full of technical terminology. So this question of breaking it down and then putting it back together again was fascinating for me. And it was particularly fascinating because in the process a lot of community folks, they learned to talk this language. They may not be able to always use every term correctly, but they could really understand. So, and we learned that there's an a knowledge that comes from lived experience that we often just do not take into account. So creating an enabling environment for two-way communication or very, very free-flowing communication really helped us all sort of grow in the process.